Today I brought you guys a monstrosity. Listen up, Rangers, welcome to the Geek Chest. My name is Steve, and today I am going to do what Mezco should have done and paint these guys a little bit more properly. Also got a bunch of sculpting stuff here because I was just working on sculpting and decided to not clean up the table before I started to film this section. I was currently working on the Godzilla. So, what I got here is the Mezco Set 1. What I plan on doing is I'm not going to repaint the entire things, but I want to touch them up enough to make them okay next to the first round. Because first round I thought was pretty fine. This one, not so much. So, primarily for Godzilla, I think I'm just going to be doing his nails, dorsal spines. Everything else I think is acceptable enough. Same with the extra head, I'll probably be doing the same thing for you. Rodan is primarily just going to be fixing the spikes, nails, and maybe doing the beak. The beak and the horns on the top. Anguirus, my boy, is getting quite a bit because he needs his horns all touched up. And I gotta redo his nails too, so then if I'm redoing those, I either gotta try to match this color or redo everything. Which will be fun. His actual nail paint isn't that bad. Also try to fix his horn. And then I got the extra Godzilla hands, maybe doing the same there. It's pretty simple stuff, but I wanted to keep this kind of painting something easy for if somebody wanted to replicate it. I didn't want to go too crazy. That, and if I went crazy, then I gotta do the other guys. I don't wanna. So, probably just gonna focus on these. reason I have Arnes here is I thought it would be cool for this video because it wasn't really a complicated paint job. But the goal I wanted to do was, with painting these, is to not make them better than what I have with the round 2s.
So it was just enough to end right there?
Yeah, I want them to, like, consistency-wise to look the same. So I didn't want to make them too good because then I have to repaint everybody, and I don't want to repaint everybody because I think the wave 1 was fine.
Yeah.
But wave 2 was lacking a bit, so I just wanted to kind of bump them up to what I felt was the standard for the first set, then just to make me happier. So, as a baseline, I grabbed Mr. King Ghidorah.
King Ghidorah, thank you very much.
Sorry.
Well,
the only issue I have with this is I don't know why there's some gold on his fur on his head. But outside of that, really solid. But you can see, paint job is good.
See, the thing is, Steve brought this box over, and I was like, damn, we're hammering those? You're pretty bold. Because Steve's supposed to come over for us to hammer this bad boy.
Yeah, it's warm enough, so we can go back to doing more of those.
I was like, dang, dude, $80? Yeah, we'll hammer it. Where's
oh, yeah, after I just spent, like, a couple hours repainting them, yeah, sure.
Yeah, where's Minya at? We'll start with that one.
Crap. I'll get myself another way. But anyways, he's kind of the baseline for paint job. Arnes, hold. And I want Arnes to give his honest opinion on if I did too good of a job or if I should have done more.
Now, if you have not watched our original video,
they weren't great. I'm going to save the one I worked on the most for last, so we'll work up.
Angerus?
Angerus. Angerus was the one that reason why it became a couple hours. Well, because I had to spend so much time doing the spines. Which, I don't really want to bash Mezco too much because of the spines. Because it's a pain in the butt to paint spines.
Yeah.
Me knowing, it is a very time-consuming process if you want to do it right. And at the price they're at, I understand the reasoning behind how
$20 per figure.
How it should have been painted. But mine just kind of had way more problems than that. Especially with the nail missing. And then the black brain. Like, a lot of the paint on mine almost felt like it was coming off.
Well, the thing is, though, like, Mothra larva didn't need any. So hopefully you didn't do anything to that.
No, I literally didn't touch that thing at all. It was fine.
We're already on a good track.
Again, it was as good as this. That's what I was aiming for, right? So first and foremost, I would say I spent about the same amount of time as him and Godzilla.
Hey, there's actually colors on them.
Right? So what I did, you guys already know, but I redid the spikes, I redid part of his stomach, and then I touched up the beak. Because I wanted it to be more solid like it was in the movie, and then it also took care of the scratches.
The beak was both damaged at the same spot, so it made it look kind of unique.
No, because the one was underneath. So here's the flying head. I also touched that up.
Yeah, see, because now when you combined them, they were both perfect. Why would you mess with that, Steve?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Only solution is we're going to hammer this. It makes you feel better.
And then I fixed his nails on the legs.
Yeah, I seen that.
And then slightly touched up the other nails just because when trying to match colors, it's really hard to get the exact same color, but getting close enough, I kind of just dry brushed over the other nails so that they tint to the right color.
Yeah, because you can, like, you can't see it on this one, but, like, the bottom one, you can tell there's just a little bit, like, slight new paint on it. You see it?
Yeah, well, I wanted the contrast.
Yeah.
There, too, because it helps that the beak separation a little more.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
But would you say those two are fairly consistent with each other, or did I maybe go a little bit too overboard?
I think you went a little too overboard just because, like you said, Ghidorah has imperfections in it. Now this guy has, like, no imperfections, so now, like, this guy stands above it, you know what I mean?
Well, he's supposed to. He's flying.
You want to see this guy fly out the window right there? It is open, Steve.
Alright, I'm 0 for 1 right now. I went a little too hard. But all I did was, like, this was the big part. That's all I did.
You know,
was the tummy spiky?
I guess there's, like, the imperfection right there on his wing, so.
Oh, that might have just been me.
It was Steve, because that wasn't there before.
You know what solves that problem? Alcohol.
Steve's back, 1 for 1.
Alright, next we have Godzilla. I would say is the next one. I also ended up, I probably didn't need to bring them, but I touched up his yelling head. And then redid the nails slightly on them.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did the nails on the clenched fist too.
Hey, you can notice them now. It's actually kind of neat.
You guys want to see one? But then, again, it was kind of dull, and I wanted to make the colors consistent again. Him was just more of, I wanted his spines to stand out more, because how they look at the movie.
Yeah. You can definitely tell he did the spines for sure. Because they're definitely a lot better. See, this matches right here.
Yeah, again, don't want to go too crazy with the coloring, because if the more depth you add to it, the less it takes away from the other figures. And then I touched up his nails. So, like, you can see his, like, toenails are not have black on them anymore.
But Steve, that was the best part. I actually really like this one now. Godzilla's way better.
You can see his toenails. Kept them gray, because they were in the original, so I didn't want to change it too much.
Alright.
I didn't go full-blown Angerus.
How much you spend on him?
Time-wise? Yeah, maybe like 30 minutes. Wasn't too bad. It was more or less... The only thing I did that was maybe going a little bit above and beyond is I dry brushed a little bit of a darker gray over the spines, because the initial pass I did was a little bright. So I did it to kind of dump it down, but give it a little more depth. Because in the movie, it's gray, but it's not like in-your-face gray.
What'd you do to his leg?
Nothing. It's just his 5 points of articulation.
Ah! My hip.
Alright, finally. See if Arnes notices the big difference I did.
You got toenails!
You got toenails. Also, his horn's straight again.
He had that slit back, Steve.
Yeah, he had the comb over.
The comb over.
You know, all I did?
Heat it up?
Yeah, and it went right back to being the way it's supposed to be.
Really?
Yep, just went with, like, whatever the mold was for it. Also, got the extra head. Match it up.
I don't know, I kind of like the open mouth better. Now that you actually fixed the head.
Yeah, now that I fixed it, it looks fine. It looks pretty solid. So primary thing, the time-consuming thing is for the spines have 3 different colors on them.
I do notice that, yeah.
And same with the horns. Like, everything is 3 different shades. So that's the one I'm worried about I went a little too hard on. But the issue is I didn't want to go... Because the problem they had is they just went one pass over top of the spine, so there was like a clear, hard separation between the shell color and the actual the spiky bits. I wanted it to kind of fade without using an airbrush.
Yeah.
So I did a dark base and then dry brushed it over top of the shell to kind of blend it together. And then brighten it up a bit with the more sandy yellow.
So wait, you individually painted each one of these?
And then I also had some errors, so I had to go back through and redo the skin in certain sections too. To be honest, it was a lot of, like, I could get a lot of them in passes, but then then there would be some like screw ups, so I'd have to sit here and go, touch it up, touch it up, touch it up, touch it up. So this guy took a little longer than I probably would have liked.
You know what I would have done? Like a true gentleman, I would have went on eBay and found a decent one and paid $30 and brought it back home, baby.
But then my problem is like, but the spines weren't the right color on it, though. Like, it was so dull. In the movie, he's not dull.
To start off with, yeah, they did his spines pretty bad. Like, it was way off.
Like, him and Godzilla, I think, were the ones that were done the most dirty, because he needed another color for his spines. They didn't need to go with the extra dry brushing, but it needed at least the gray on it. And they already did it for the nails. You think they could have put it on the spines?
Nope.
Because action figure wise, like company wise, you want to save money. You want to use the same amount of. You don't want to use a bunch of different paints on one thing. It's increased cost. So you want to try to budget. So again, that's kind of what I thought here. Is I used the same color for the nails. I used it for everything. The only the first pass is pretty much what was different. Which, if you really wanted to save money, you could just done with the brown, but because of the way I was painting it, made life easier.
I actually like it.
Yeah, so I think it's a little more accurate. If anything, his skin's still dark. I think his skin's too dark. But I didn't want to change too much. I just wanted to make it...
because I feel like because of the spines actually illuminate now, it kind of balances off the... But he is a little darker.
Yeah, well, if you grab like the Revoltech, which I did for the comparison, Revoltech's like a light brown.
Is he?
Yeah, it's like light brown, and these are even brighter.
I feel like that would be a little too much, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but it's still the better, like the best Anger's figure we've ever gotten. Now I'm actually really happy with this one, though.
$20. God, if you can get one in a box that's decently painted, it's not bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not.
It's a shot in the dark.
Yeah, it's one of those like it's not uncommon to get a good set, but it's also not uncommon to get worse than mine. So
yeah.
Overall, really pleased with the set now.
How much you spend on all of it?
Well, spending wise, I guess like colors wise, we'll say $10 because I did use nicer paints, especially for Anger's.
Time?
Time wise, like if I was gonna charge money, how much would I charge? It'd probably be at $40.
So $80 set turns into $100.
Yeah, probably at 130. Because it's one of those things like it's not drastic difference with paint job. Like if I had to full repaint everything,
it'd be different.
Yeah, you'd be looking probably more like around the 100. But like his spines were time consuming, but it was just a lot of dry brushing. Like I said, I only spent a few hours, so it's not too crazy.
It's not bad. I mean, I personally would have left mine in the boxes, wouldn't even open them.
Yeah, because the next one I plan on doing, which I don't think is going to be as bad as my brain is thinking, but I want to repaint the King Ghidorah.
Which one?
The Monster Arts King Ghidorah. To look actually how it did in the movie.
Ooh.
Which again is going to be more or less kind of the same things. I shouldn't have to hard repaint it.
It's just touch-ups.
It needs a wash and then dry brushing in my brain, and then I probably got to do it. And then I'll have to do like the nails and stuff, but because of its base color, I don't think it'll be as big of a deal.
Man, only thing that like kind of itches in there is if you fuck up. Then there he goes, you know, your monster art.
That's fine. Like I said, alcohol. Alcohol's like you just pointed out. I didn't realize there was that little splotch from when I was doing the nails. So somehow something got there. But it's just you take some alcohol and just go right over it, and it won't mess up the base finish either.
I don't know. That kind of scares me. Like I couldn't, you know.
Was it really hard for me to make it worse?
I don't think you could, because you already started at the bottom. Like you were.
I already have base figure. It's like upside from there.
Yeah, you're at the bottom step. You just got to climb up. You can't make it
as long
work.
as I don't melt it, I think we're good.
Ah. I mean, yeah, I guess you could melt it, hammer it. Those are the worst things that could happen to it.
You know, if I was gonna get that special color version, I probably would have let you do the hammer video.
Why?
Because I have 2 Ghidorahs. Why do we need 2?
Telling you, we're gonna wait.
But I was like, you know what? I'll probably like be honest. We'll probably greedy Steve. I'd probably make more money just repainting the old one than buying the new one for a review.
Telling you, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait for that Mezco Godzilla to go up in price. You know, probably $200, and then we're gonna hammer it. To really lose some subscribers, huh?
I'd only be, like I said, I'd only be okay with that is because the Monster Arts con needs like the head. So I can redo that video to have a proper head.
So we can do everything but the head. Gotcha.
Just don't aim for the head.
We'll melt the head.
Then you melt everything else off so it just drips.
Yeah.
And then I already had the string, so it's like the wires.
I think we're putting too much emphasis on something that'll never happen.
Right? But anyways, help us defeat those kaijus by hitting the like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. Let us know in the comment section below what you guys' thoughts of the paint jobs.
I'll give Steve a thumbs up.
I got Anger's close enough, but just so you guys can see. If anything, I think Anger's is a little too good, but
no, it's actually just the right amount because he was so bad that it actually went up to the good.
Yeah, now it's worked. It went from like it should have been at an 8, and it went from like a 0 to a
9, 10.
Yeah, at least an 8. So I would say it's not like I redid the teeth or fixed the eyes or anything.
You put in
the the important things got done.
Oh, next video you're gonna like. We're gonna look at some fan art, Steve. This is great.
Fan art?
Yes. Make sure you guys watch the next video for sure.
Right,
or the video might come actually before this. I don't know.
It might be. But anyways, see you guys in the next video.
Bye bye.
Oh yeah, Kaiju's like button, subscribe.
Yeah.
And donate. Really appreciate it.